All right, guys, I'm sorry. My phone cut off. So, I'm going to try to remember where I left off at because I was on a roll. I'm still trying to figure out how to use this, this ring light to this best advantage. And I'm getting ready to get a new phone because this one, I think it has a virus. I'm not sure. It doesn't always do, but I've had it for a while and it's a cheapy phone. Anyway, so I was talking about the different decks and stuff, and I am going to pull cards for you guys. One thing I think I want to explore, because I want to know for my own knowledge, and anything I learn, I want to share it with you guys, because I am on my own journey. So, as far as the mediumship deck that Sandy was so kind to give me, it talks about, on this mediumship deck, it talks about different abilities and things like that, that if you don't know, like if your intuition is speaking to you and it's telling you that you have abilities and you're not sure what they are and you're trying to piece them together, this one's good. And I have some of these. They run in my family. Like on this, like I said, this mediumship deck, there's one of them here. It talks about psychic touch. There's been times when I've touched someone and gotten images of them, their life, something they've gone through. And when I've asked them and verified it, was like, oh, wow. I actually tuned into something that they said or did. My sister has it real strong. She absolutely hates it. She says, I touch someone, later I get all these pictures in my head, and I'm like, why the hell am I thinking about them? And she hates it. Me, I love it, because I go back and I say, hey, like a friend of mine that, when I was in Mississippi, and I've talked about this before, yes I have, where over the summer, him and some friends went to the river and had a little party, right? And they were jumping in and out of the water and having fun. And when I asked him about it, he's like, yeah, we did. How do you know that? And I'm like, well, so I explained to him about it, and he's like, oh, well, that's really cool. And I said, well, it just depends. I said, because with me, it's off and on, or maybe it's more on than what I've thought it to be. Now I realize it's probably more often than I think. I just don't pay attention either because I'm busy. I'm in a hurry. Guys, I am ADHD. So, but this one is about psychic touch. This one talks about linking with spirit, and different. What I love about these cards, guys, is it tells you on the back all about it. So I can actually hold it up and talk about it and read to you what it says on it. Okay, and it talks about the different types of mediumship abilities, impression versus expression, and then it goes through the colors. It goes through all these different abilities and things to do. Let's get grounded. Time to heal. The turn on switch. For me, it's lighting my candle in the morning. I burn a candle, if y'all have noticed, with every single time. And I guess that's my turn on switch. Never thought about it before, right? Till I got these cards and I looked at it and I said, oh, well, for me, it's lighting my candle. So see, right there, I learned something about myself that I do automatically that I never thought about. Got to think about things, guys, because when you start tuning in, maybe some of you are sharper. Maybe you don't have a lot of clutter in your head like I do. And you go, oh, well, every morning when I get up and sit down and drink my cup of coffee and do my morning prayers or my morning devotions, or and we'll talk about those at some point. So whatever it is you do that gets your day going, that gets you in the mode for the day, right? That's your turn on switch, right? And one here, I just saw one, because I've gone through this deck, but I haven't, it's being more of starting to make sense to me, and different things. Creating sacred space. That is something that's real big in Wicca, about making your space. And guys, every morning before I sit down and do any kind of a video for y'all, I call in my spiritual counselors, and I call in any spiritual counselors that want to do a message for y'all. And that's how I started tuning in more to my psychic mediumship abilities, which as I explore those, I'll do a little bit more of those, because at some point, guys, I'm going to start doing readings for people. And I'm not sure how that's going to work. They've actually been giving me, because I've been going through Suzanne Giesman, doing some of her stuff, and doing Sherry Dillers, and they're both psychic mediums. I'm learning more about myself and how to connect with my spirit guides, my angels, my ancestors, other people's passed on loved ones that have come through. And if y'all been watching my channel, Ella Chalice, if you're watching, yes, your person came through, right? So guys, I'm going to probably be doing more of that. I still want to do readings for you guys, and I'm just trying to figure out how it's all going to work. And right now I feel like I'm kind of like in teacher mode, because if I don't always understand how and why, how things are affecting me, because now that I'm older and I'm tuning more into it, maybe you don't either, and you can learn something along with me, right? Or maybe I can teach you something. Maybe in the comments, somebody will teach me something. So this is going to be a two-way street, okay? This one here right now, being of service, okay? That's exactly what I'm doing right now, right? Sharing my messages, sharing what I'm learning. This one, guys, my clear audience abilities. That's how I'm hearing my spirit guides. That's how I'm picking up messages from passed on loved ones. That's my clear audience. So, and with that, I also get pictures. I get, I've heard names. I've heard words. So I'm learning a lot about myself since now that the kids are gone. I'm now in North California as opposed to Mississippi. I'm in the mountains. I'm surrounded more by trees because I'm also an earth healer, I feel like, because I've always had a thing for plants, animals, so not just people, right? So all these gifts, I try to use them to the best of my ability, and I thought it was really cool yesterday. I did a short on it, and I showed y'all yesterday. I'm going to show you again. I really love this eye. And it looks flat on the bottom. It's round. And I thought, oh, this would be great to focus on your third eye, right? And then the very first card I pulled was the Medium's Toolbox. And what it says is, Spirit never wastes a thought. Well, as a medium, you have access to the most amazing set of tools, namely the Medium's Toolbox. Spirit accesses this resource by providing information, signs, symbols, and inspiration to enable you to be a more evidential medium. Now, evidential mediums are where when you talk to someone and you do a reading for them, whatever you see, and me, I always thought you saw it with your eyes. No, you see it in here, okay? So if you don't know that, and you get little pictures and stuff in your head, that's how you're seeing, okay? If anyone knows who the Dead Files is, Amy, I always thought she literally saw everything. No, she's seeing it up here. It's what she's picking up on an energetic level, okay? So, and guys, just, this is the only time I'm ever going to say this because most people are going to go, you're full of BS. The first week that I was coming over here after me and Daniel got together, I walked in and I told him, I said, Daniel, I said, in my mind's eye, I said, I just saw a gray. Does anyone know what a gray is? A gray is what people have described some aliens, but I actually saw this gray figure that was almost all the way up to the ceiling. And it had a, y'all are going to laugh because I was seeing it from a side view. And it looked like its head was shaped like Stewie from the Family Guy. You know, its head's shaped like a football. But I think if I would have looked at it from the front, maybe it's because, you know, their heads are shaped kind of like a triangle. And I swear to God, guys, I saw one in my head. And I was like, what the? And Daniel said, well, I had a few experiences when I was a kid. I was like, oh, my God. So, yeah, guys, there's different types of energetic beings out there, and I don't think all of them are from this planet, but that's a whole nother story. I'm not even going into that, because I've seen a few weird things over my life to my 60 years, and I just don't focus on them because I don't want to be visited by them. I don't want to talk to them. I don't even want to pick up any energies from them. I want to focus on how I can help people, and I think almost everybody's had some kind of experience. Some people have more. Some people have never seen or heard anything, and they're just skeptical. That's totally fine. There's just all kind of energetic beings out there, but I want to focus on people, so we're not even going to go into that. But I just thought it was really kind of weird. So anyway, so this medium's toolbox. Your toolbox is continually being loaded with the knowledge you acquire throughout your life, whether it's part of your education, experiences, or potent life lessons. The more you add to your toolbox, which I thought this focusing on the third eye was awesome, because I've been doing those subliminal messages through Nikki Seton, doing those and trying to increase those abilities and reprogramming my mind, feeding my mind, right? So it says, let's see, where was I? If you're a doctor or medical practitioner, for example, who's immersed your life in the study of medicine, it's more than likely your toolbox will be packed full of medical references, right? The more things you learn. Mine, because I studied herbology and made magical powders when I was in my doing a lot of my following my religion, which I'm still a pagan, but I'm more of a spiritual or a mental Wiccan now than what I was back then. I don't do half the stuff that I used to do, and you do tend to float in and out of different things. So anyway, it says this allows the medium a unique opportunity to access medical evidence when working with the spirit. To keep your toolbox up to date, it's important to feed it with new information and experiences. Hence the books, hence the wanting to actually do behind the scenes more opening up, more practicing, and trying to figure out what exactly is it that where my gifts are going and what I'm wanting to do, right? Maybe you're at that point too. When I know what my gifts are, I'm figuring out what my gifts are, where do I want to go with it? So that's why I've started doing I'm gonna start doing these a few little teaching videos here and there, because as I learn, you're gonna learn, right? So learn something new or experience something for the first time. It could be the time to take up painting or start learning a new language. Guys, learning a new language opens you up to the nuances, a lot of different nuances on an energetic level, because every culture has its own language, its own signs, its own symbols that may mean something differently than something you grew up with. So you're going to learn more and be more open to those unique energetic things, right, that come with different cultures. That will also increase your psychic abilities, will also increase your third eye in the way you perceive information and the way you use it. So that is a learning tool for your toolbox for sure. Learning a new language, sign language even. You can pick up on different things, right? So just a suggestion. By becoming more aware of your surroundings and the people around you, you'll fill your toolbox with new impressions. And guys, that's for any ability that you have. Rather, you're finding that you have a gift with animals, spending more time with animals in quietness, just watching and observing, right? I have a friend that is, I think she's an animal medium, and she spends a lot of times just sitting on her front porch and watching the animals, watching the birds, watching the spiders, and she picks up more impressions all the time, and it adds to her toolbox of how, like, she even has insects come to her for help. I swear she does. So, honey, if you're listening to this, you know who you are. You'll also find spirit will have a great wealth of information to access and enhance your communication, and you need that to be able to access your gifts and to use them however you're going to use them, okay? So that's one of the things I like about this deck, and I'm going to talk about some of these things as we go along, and when doing readings and stuff, because I think that's a really great way to help understand what your gifts are, and I think that's what this mediumship deck does, because it is called the Learning Mediumship Training Deck. But guys, it doesn't just teach about mediumship. It's also teaching about all the clairs and how to shield yourself, messages from spirit, and blending with spirit. And I think each and every one of these can show us something. So I might start pulling one of those every day for your mediumship abilities, okay? And then the Lightworker deck. I've done a few readings on those, and I have the deck right here. And again, I'm just really starting to fill my head with all kind of good stuff, because each one of these cards explains a lot of things, and has an invocation in it, which is asking those energies and spirit to help you learn from it, okay? So, and this is a great deck for the Lightworkers. So if you, and to me, Lightworkers are people that are the actual people that will go out and be more helpful to strangers stuck on the side of the road. Kindness to other people. That, you see somebody, you see a mom with her kids struggling to, get her groceries in the car, and she's battling 3 kids, and you go, hey, you want me to throw those in the car for? I mean, guys, Lightworker energy to me is always being willing to help other people. I don't have an actual definition for it, but it says being drawn to the light. And to me, that's being kind, being willing to help people. But it also, when those things come around, you also are reading the energy around you, right? So just a thing there. What else was I going to say? Actually, I'll tell you what we're going to do. I still like... Oh, and just so y'all know, I have the intention card from the Enchanted Map deck up here, because my intention is to teach today and to also pull cards. And I'm also answering the call. So I have a intention card, because I know what my intention is, and answering the call and trying to help and teach a little bit, right? So this is the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. And to me, this is a good one to give you an idea of what energies are around you. So that's what I'm going to do with it right now. So I'm going to ask, what energies are around us today? What energies are around us today? What energies are around us today? And it's funny, guys, because a couple of days ago, and I actually did it, they said, just shuffle the cards. Is that what y'all want me to do right now? Shuffle the cards, and just whatever I cut on is what the message is going to be, or do you want me to pull cards? Okay, so they're telling me to split them 3 ways. See, guys, I get little pictures in my head. And of what they're telling me. So they're saying split it 3 times. Well, twice, actually. Unseen. Okay, so on the bottom to me is what's unseen. So, orphaned. I've gotten this card before. So this one's talking about letting go of some things that are no longer serving you. I'm going to put the here on the intention card, okay? It's talking about letting the old go and being open to the new, okay? So some of you may be finding that you're walking away from a job, walking away from a relationship, walking away from, maybe some of you are moving and you're feeling kind of left out in the cold a little bit because you're going from one place where you knew what the energies were and what was going on and going into a new place where you're having to rediscover everything. So it's feeling you kind of off balance, okay? And I'll tell you what, I'm going to read this one. And this is card 5. Let's see. A sense of loss and identity crisis, recognizing that you don't fit in, the need to belong, uncertainty about your place. We're all meant to have connections with other people within our family, society, large culture. No man's an island. Is important to recognize when being a part of rather than separate from is essential to your well-being. So the issue at hand is to find where you fit in. So if you're not sure what your gifts are and you're trying to figure out where you fit in, meditate. They're saying make sure you journal to clue in to what you are feeling at a loss at. Maybe some of you are feeling the energy feels kind of bumpy around you and you're not sure. Writing down something will help you to focus in on that energy. Perhaps you no longer identify with the group or community the way you did before and need to find a new situation. You may be feeling a deep sense of loss or confusion. Address the need for belonging. Know that you'll find your place with others of like mind and spirit. It's okay to let go of pressure to fit in. Not everyone will understand you and it's time to move on. So maybe some of you are feeling that way too. And guys, I feel like it's talking about me doing my channel the way I've been doing it, which is, and I do have been feeling that they're calling in for me to dive deeper into the mediumship things. But at the same time, I still feel like there are people that still need to know where they're going every day. So buy the book. And again, this is just general messages. They're not going to resonate for all of you. And this is an 11 card, guys. So buy the book 11. 11 is an angel number. So that is, to me, something from the angels themselves. So this is an angel message. Let's see. 9. Okay. 11, buy the book. Abiding by social rules, conformity, respecting cultural or family customs, and universal laws. So the universe works within a structure of divine laws and principles that provides a framework for human experience and evolution. So we're going through an evolutionary period, which Pluto and Aquarius, guys, we are, right? Everybody, things that were hidden, they're now becoming unhidden. We're beginning to see things within the government, within the way society's working. We're beginning to see through awakening through our senses and regeneration and evolution on a humanity scale, we're starting to see a lot of things and go, oh, this doesn't feel right anymore. The old paradigms have shifted. They have left us. And we are in a period of new growth, new ways that people want to do things. And I feel like we are definitely going to see a shift where people aren't just going to blindly follow their governments anymore or follow the social norms that they've always followed before. And right, we're seeing that, right? We're seeing that with transgendered people. We're seeing that with different labels coming out. Government shifting, a lot of protesting going on in different countries. I don't know if y'all been paying attention to that. Daniel likes to pay attention to that kind of stuff and brings my attention to it. Guys, there are so many things changing, and you'll have to forgive the cat in the background. I got to get arranged to get her fixed. So she's in heat, so I apologize for that. We're gonna do something about that this week. Anyway, so there's a lot of people out there. And if you pay attention to the news, I do not. I'm wanting to focus on me, where I'm going, but I have my outside source, right? So we're seeing a lot of things come to light that we haven't thought about in a long time. And things are not working the way they used to, just because of what's going on in our universe around us, right? So The law of abundance, the law of prayer, karma, law of attraction, the law of thought, the law of compensation. I didn't know there were so many laws. Are only a few that are known. These principles create perfect order and operate with a kind of precision beyond human understanding. Guys, those are all shifting. We are in a huge paradigm shift right now with Pluto being in Aquarius, and then it's supposed to, what, in September and through October, go back into Capricorn for a little while, wobble into that, which where the old paradigms become known and seen again, and then goes into Pluto, goes back into Aquarius then for like 20 years. It will still be in Aquarius when I finally get to the end of my lifetime. So we're going to be seeing a lot of more evolution within us as a species. We're going to start seeing more things come to light. And guys, that's where that 1 foot in, 1 foot out guy, he's going to be bringing attention to that a lot, I feel. This man keeps coming, and I don't know who he is, where he is. I just keep picking up on his energy. And it's part of that bigger energy that I've been feeling. So guys, I don't know how that's going to relate to each and every person. But if any of you start tuning into that and feeling like you know what I'm talking about, please share that in the comments, because I feel that, you know, and yeah. So if anyone else is feeling any of that or seeing those shifts on a subtle level, even if you don't say anything to me, pay attention to it, because it's going to bring something in the near future that's just going to be big. I feel it in my bones. I just can't describe it very well. So human beings have their own laws and customs that vary from culture to culture. Laws keep social order and govern behavior, reflecting instinctual understanding that harmony is important. So it's time to learn those laws and conform to them rather than being the rebel and flouting them. So when this card appears, submit to structure, follow the rules, even if they seem to make no sense. Release resistance for universal laws will correct any disharmony. Open your eyes to those universal laws. It'll be easier to go by the book at this time. So what this is telling me is that this is a time where those changes are coming about, and you're going to have to figure out how these laws and how the universe is resonating for you and be on that higher level. That's where your meditations, daily meditations, are going to come in to help you. Being refocused on what your goals are, how you want to use your gifts, what your gifts are, how you're going to make a difference in the world. What do you want? How do you want to use your gifts? If you're one of those that wants to use your gifts, how are you going to help the universe? How are you going to help humanity? Because that's what we're in right now. That's what Pluto in Aquarius, all these things coming up of the old paradigm is not working for us anymore. Which is why I decided I was going to do a couple little teaching videos, or at least tell y'all my perspectives. They either resonate or they don't. Not everyone's going to vibe with me. That's fine, right? So it just feels like a lot of this internal regeneration, evolution, and even my runes have been talking a lot about that. So if y'all are feeling that too, that's why you're listening to this video, right? So I just feel like so much more is getting ready to come to light, and I feel like the angels and the ancestors, they're not just guiding, like as far as I'm concerned, they're not just guiding me anymore. They're going, go this way. They're literally pulling my energy that way. And so guys, I'm going to do, like, do a little bit of this teaching here, and I'm going to start going towards what I know my gifts are, because they're saying you're going to make a difference for a lot of people. So, and I have already actually reached out to 1 or 2 people that I know, or actually I had one when she found out that about some of my gifts, we actually went to her house to pick up on some energies there. So, which reminded me of that video of somebody being trapped in a house, but it wasn't actually me. And that energy of that spirit, whoever she is, she's still waiting for one of you guys out there. She or he, I feel like it's a she, whose energy is stuck somewhere. She's still waiting for the person to come release her from that. Guys, I don't know who she is, where she is. I just know she came through in one of my readings. And actually, she didn't actually come, because if she could have come, she wouldn't be stuck. But her spirit guide came to give me that message. So that's something I haven't heard a whole lot about. Usually, I think the way psychic mediumships work is that the spirits, they come and talk to you, but she's trapped, so her spirit guide came to give me that message. I haven't heard about nobody else having it work quite like that, and everybody's different. So, I'm not really sure. I just know, that was that compass card, guys. Somebody out there knows. Somebody at some point in time is going to go to this house or know these people or wherever that's at. I keep feeling like it's Midwest somewhere. It feels like it's, I'm in North California. It feels like it's off towards the east, somewhere in the middle of the United States somewhere is where it feels like that energy's coming from. Because every time I clue into it, that's where it, And I don't know who, I just know it feels like there's 2 females and a male, or 2 males and a female that go and help this spirit that's trapped. Anyway, we're going to let that one go. So, okay, so that's the main energies for today, guys, is this Orphaned and by the Book. Let's see, what else did I want to do for you? Okay, for those of you that have Lightworker abilities, or did I just do that one? Let me, I'll tell you what, let me do a Work the Light one. So this Work the Light one is an Oracle guidebook too, and it's talking about you working your own light. So if, this again is just, I think is a Lightworker, is another Lightworker type of energy. Okay, so let me pull a card from here for anyone that feels like they're another type of Lightworker, or some type of light worker. Sorry, guys. What message do you have for other types of Lightworkers? Who else needs to know about their abilities and how to use them, or what message do you have for other types of Lightworkers today? All these cards are different, guys. These ones are a matte finish. Some of them are a semi-gloss or high gloss finish. These have a matte, or matte. They're not, they're more like cardboard without a finish on them. Other Lightworkers, what do they need to know today? They're harder to shuffle. What do they need to know today? Other types of Lightworkers. What message do you have, and how many times? Just once? Okay. So, on the bottom, share your voice. Come out of the cave. Persecution, expression. So, some of you, speaking your truth to people, okay, or talking about what you're experiencing is going to be what helps guide you on your path, okay? That's unseen. Maybe you hadn't thought about that. Maybe some of you belong to groups or belong to other people, or maybe some of you need to be. And then align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change, right? So maybe you are spending more time alone and you need to be out with more people. Maybe you're out with more people and you need to go more internal and spend more time with yourself. So that's an unseen and a seen message, guys. Okay, take that how it resonates. So for some of you Lightworkers out there, okay, this is guidance for you. You need to change it up. Also, I feel like it's talking about, when it says the persecution on this one, if you feel like there's people around you that are not in tune with you, don't worry about them. Disengage from them. The ones that tell you not everybody believes in spirituality. There are people out there that are atheists, or people out there that don't believe in any kind of religious structure or any spirituality or whatever. Those naysayers, all they do is bring your energy down and your vibe down. You need to, I'm seeing a colander. You need to shuffle them out of your life, because if you're at a higher vibe than people that don't believe in what you're doing, you need to just let those go and not let it bother you. Meditate on it, write it on a piece of paper, set it on fire, whatever the case may be. Keep a boundary between you and the people that don't believe or that are bringing you down, because the universe has a plan for you. Every single one of us is unique. Every single one of us has a purpose in life. And I like to repoint that out every once in a while, because I've met and seen so many people that wander aimlessly and feel like they don't belong. They don't, rather because of their gifts or because they're more shy or more internal. My youngest daughter's one of those, very internal, where the other 3 kids are like me. Blah, 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 blah. Okay? So she never really felt like she quite fit in, because she was more like her dad's side of the family, right? Like my ex. So, guys, if you have those people around you that are always saying something that makes you feel bad at a later date, shuffle those people out of your life, because they're not meant to be in there, okay? You are meant to shine your light in however you are meant to, and each and every one of us has a different way of doing it. You can take 10 people that have psychic mediumship abilities, or take 10 people that have light worker energy, and they're all going to have a different perspective, because you're each meant to shine your light in a different way. So take that how it resonates. Align your life, okay? So And again, it says what's not aligned or needs to change. Maybe you need to switch up your routine. Maybe you need to switch up how you meditate every day. Maybe you need to, maybe you meditate in the morning when actually right before you go to bed would be a better time to meditate. I know I've talked about that before, but that's what this card is saying for some of you with different types of light worker energy. Okay? So take that how it resonates. It's not going to resonate with all of y'all. Okay? Let's see. What's the next one I want to do? Let's see about the journey. What about those of you that are already on your journey? For those that are already knowing what their gifts are and that are already on their path of doing the work that they feel that they're supposed to be doing, what kind of message do you have for them? Someone that already knows what their abilities are and are on their path, what do they need to know? Fill out. Let's see. In the details. So some of you that are okay. All right, so they're saying that some of you, this is coming from my spirit guys, they're saying some of you are so caught up in the bigger picture, you're not paying attention to the details. You will find clarity. I think it's on here somewhere. You will find clarity in some of the details that you're missing. So slow down a bit, maybe write out what it is that you're doing, and do a more in-depth internal search of what details are you missing. Because apparently there are some details that some of you that are already on your path, some of the details are going to be more important than the bigger overall picture, is what they're saying. So guys, take that how it resonates. That is unseen. So, how do you want me to do this again? Solitude. Okay, so because they told me just cut the deck and pull the card on the left. So guys, solitude. Go into a meditation, a time of day when you can spend at least an hour by yourself to see what details you're missing. Okay, so and that is what your actual action is going to be. Okay, so I really like that. And this card came up the other day, but I didn't get a chance to do it. We had something going on. So unexpected visitors. Some of you may run into someone that's going to shine some light on what you're missing. So some of you, not all of you, some of you are going to run into someone or hear a video or read a book or in some way, shape, or form see an ad or see something that's going to clue you in, an aha moment of something that you are missing. Okay, guys, take that how it resonates. It's not going to resonate from everybody. What is it? A hidden message, they're saying. So something that you're not seeing is going to pop up and you're going to go, oh, that's what they're showing me. Oh, okay. So guys, take that how it resonates. All right. So that's for the journey. If you're already working your light, if you're already doing whatever it is that you're doing. Intent. Okay, so their intention. Okay, so just to let y'all know, on my native spirit deck, there are, and this is just to give y'all an idea, there are different cards in this deck that I pulled because to me they're talking about, okay. Okay, in my native spirit deck, one thing I like about this deck, they want me to pull a card for some of you that have shaman abilities, so they had me go look for it. So medicine woman, medicine man. If some of you feel like if you have native blood in you, if you are some kind of earth healer, which other? Okay. They're saying this one. All right, guys. So some of you that may have shaman abilities, okay, they're saying that the earth is talking to you in a certain kind of way. See how this light flows from each picture? They're saying some of you are picking up energies of things going on around you that is touching you, that you're not quite seeing either. So some of you have that have shaman abilities are having some of the energies of the earth, of the trees, even the wind are talking to you, and you're not realizing it. So guys, take that how it resonates. Some of you have shaman abilities that are coming to the forefront. And they're saying spend more time outdoors. Listen to the wind. And they say if you watch the wind blowing through the trees or blowing through the area that you're in, you're going to pick up subtle energies of spirits, nature spirits, ancestors of the land, ancient people that are going to be talking to you, that are going to give you some aha moments. You might even, some of you might even see your spirit guides or angels in some kind of a form. You're not going to realize it at the moment, but at a later date, you're going to put 2 and 2 together and realize you got a message, and that's what they've been telling you. Guys, take that how it resonates, okay? Okay. That's a message for somebody. I also wanted to okay, I was waiting to see if they were going to say anything else. So now I'm going to pull a card for the earth, air, fire, and water signs. So these are just, let me put these back in the deck. So these right here, to me are also like the enchanted map deck, but they're telling me to pull one for the earth signs, one for the air, one for the fire, one for the water. Okay, and they're also telling me how to lay them out. Okay, all right, guys, so this is a card for the earth signs, the air, and the fire, and the water, just general energies. It won't resonate for all of you, but they're telling me to do this, so I'm listening to my spirit guides and angels and doing what they're saying to do. Okay. Okay, so all right. Okay. All right. What about for the earth signs? Somewhere in here. This one. Okay, for the earth signs. New life. So some of you are starting to see the signs and synchronicities. I don't know if y'all see that or not. Okay, and you were starting to respond to it, they're saying. So if you feel like all of a sudden you've had a paradigm shift and your life is now shifting in a total different way, you're absolutely correct. Okay, so this isn't going to resonate for everybody, and you can be anywhere from the beginning to the end of that journey, guys, okay, on that timeline. So some of you are also shifting to another timeline. I've got earth sign, some earth in me. I've got, I'm a Leo Virgo cusp with the Libra moon rising. So guys, I do have some of that Virgo earth energy. I'm also being called to do something a little bit different, right? So some of you are being called to do something different, and you're starting to already seeing the signs and knowing where you need to go. Okay. So that's for the earth signs. What about, let's see. Okay. Just do it again. Okay. So they're telling me to pull an air card. Oops. And guys, when I used to pick my rocks this way, guys, And what I do is, and it's like a psychic touch, is I run my hand over the cards, and where I feel the warmth come up, that's how my energy is telling me what card to connect to. Okay, and I just recently started doing this again. So I am listening to my angels and my ancestors and my spirit guides and all the different things. It's in here somewhere. Air, air, air. Ooh, I feel it really strong there. Okay. All right, Treasure Island. So this is for the air signs. Some of you are going to find something here in the present time within the next, I'm hearing 3. So 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months that you didn't see before, that when you see it, it's going to open up a whole new timeline, pathway. It may be, some of you are going to discover something in yourselves that you didn't see before. Some of you are going to discover something in the physical world. You're either going to find you have an affinity for one of your abilities. You're either going to hear something, see something, feel something, touch something. Something very physical in the physical world that you're going to see that's going to open up a new pathway for you. Okay? And you're going to feel like you have found treasure. There's on this card, I don't know if y'all can see it or not, they've got hearts and they've got stars. So the star, to me, represents dreams coming true, being on your path. The hearts is saying something about your heart chakra being opened up, something that you're going to love. So something that something that you already love to do is meant to be, rather it's your art, your music, dance, teaching ability. They're giving me a list. So something that you do in a physical sense that you love to do is where you are meant to be with your abilities. So they're showing me something like a, like they're saying, for example, well, I'm seeing a spiral too. Something that you do on a physical level is going to open up your spirituality in a way. I'm seeing somebody paint and gluing. Okay, so they're showing me something I wanted to do at one time, and they're saying this, it's like that. So somebody, the way you paint, the way you create, maybe you sculpture, or maybe you paint and then glue objects onto, like little pieces of mirror, little pieces of shells. If you do a sea scene, maybe if you do a scene with skyscrapers, you use little pieces of metal that you cut out by hand. Something that makes people think differently than they thought before. Something that you create on a physical level that you love to do is meant to be a new destiny for you. So somebody out there is going to create something that opens up a whole new path for you, that helps teach and help other people, and they're going to be drawn. They're showing me a warm light around this person. Guys, I don't know who I'm picking up on, but they're saying that someone out there that has wonderful art, that creates art, you're going to create something that when people see it, they're drawn to you, and that's how your light worker energy is going to work. That's for somebody. I just can give y'all what they're showing me. They're also saying that some of you may actually be a traveling artist, or travel to a different land, and what you bring there with your art or your music is going to open up to a whole new tribe for you. Guys, that's pretty big. That's what I'm picking up from this. It's going to bring about a total change of life for you. Guys, take that how it resonates. I don't know who that's meant for, but that's what they're showing me. So now, what about the fire signs? Is it in here, or do I need to redo it? Let me see, guys. No, just saying shuffle one more time. All right, guys, hang on. So that was for the air signs. Let's do the fire signs. Okay, so guys, they're telling me to pick one from this one and pick one from the journey for the fire signs. I don't know why it's different for the fire signs, but I'm going to go with what they're telling me. It's back here. Something more towards the bottom of the deck. It's one of these couple of cards right here. Between Worlds. Okay, so they want me to grab one of those. So Between Worlds. Y'all see how this card's half dark, half light? Somebody is moving, is starting to recognize where they were confused before. Some of you are getting some new understanding. And let's see, is it because of this? Hang on, guys. This is for the fire signs. The journey. Okay. All right, so guys, again, we got Between Worlds. Some of you, wherever something that you didn't understand, new light is being shined on you, and that is where you're meant to go. So that's for the fire signs. And